What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we have a special, very special guest with us today. Her name is Laura, aka LSmile1. So say hello, Laura.
Hey guys.
So anyway, yes, for those of you that do not know, Laura is my wife and is my wonderful partner for 2 years and 3 months now. I think it's 3 months,
Yes.
or 4 months, or something like that. We got married 2 years and 3 months ago, and it has been a wonderful 2 and some odd years. But it's just been too long since I started my channel, and Laura hasn't really been a integral part of it. And I've been really she's been integral in the background, trust me. But she has. It's just time to get her into the game. And as you can see, I made her a skin here. As you can see, it's the same thing as what I have. It's just Laurified with purple power on it, as you can see. But yeah, I really thought.
And without the mustache.
And without the mustache, yes, of course. We wouldn't want Laura with a mustache now, would we?
No.
But anyway, her name is LSmile1 here, and we're finally getting to this. I have been so pumped to get her into the channel somehow. And but anyway, today what we're going to be working on is a small house. And Laura is very new to the whole Minecraft thing, so she's not very, how should I say this, skilled in the art of placing blocks.
Yes, that is
I guess
accurate.
that's the way of describing it. But what we're going to try to do is throughout this series is try to get her a little more acquainted with us so that she can place a block. So don't expect this series to be educational or anything. But we're going to do our best to make it fun.
And entertaining.
And entertaining.
And maybe silly.
And silly, yes. So, yeah, and another thing we'll try to do is try to incorporate fun things like stories from our personal lives, and just to give you guys a little more idea of the Dukon, the person behind Dukon and the person behind LSmile1. So anyway, Laura, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start placing the base to our house. Now, remember, we're just going to build something really kind of small, just a little house. Say that we're out in the middle of the woods somewhere, and we need to build a house really quick, and we need to, just find some shelter from the rain. So, but yeah, Laura, what would you like your house to look like?
Well, I've been trying to think if I want something that is more of a brick or wood. I think I want to use some sort of brick.
Okay, I got some bricks.
Is there...
And then we can use, how about spruce wood? I think brick and
Yeah.
spruce wood is a very good design. So,
Okay.
what I think we're going to do is, I'm just going to go ahead and start placing a base here, the foundation for our house, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and build the foundation really quick, just to give you an idea of what we're going to do. It's just going to be something very basic. It's not going to be anything super exciting or anything. It's just it's gonna be kind of going against my building rules, but I think what we can manage. I think we can, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So anyways, let's see what's some fun things that we can talk about to sort of get people more acquainted with us. Trying to think. Okay, how do we meet? That's always a good one.
We met in 9th grade in high school, and you guys will think this is funny. I'm not sure if I've actually been told Duncan this before, but prior to 9th grade, I was in 8th grade, obviously, and Duncan hadn't started attending the school where I was attending yet, but towards the end of my 8th grade year, I heard that we were going to be getting a new kid in our class the next year, and I heard that his name was Duncan.
Can I kick in really quick?
Yes.
The school we went to is very small, so the classes were very small. So that's why it was a big thing that they were getting a new kid, was because we went to a private school, and our class had, 10 people, 12 people?
15.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
So anyway, yes, we heard that we were going to get a new kid. And we were all excited because we hadn't had a new kid in a while, and like I said, towards the end of 8th grade, I heard that, and they told us what his name was, and the teacher said Duncan, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, Duncan? What? That's a really, 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 really weird name. And then I just kind of put that thought aside, all summer long. Didn't really think anything of it. And then here comes the first day of school in 9th grade, and I see Duncan, and immediately I'm like, wow, this guy is different in a good way. And, I'll admit I was immediately love struck by him. But, so if you want to continue the story from there.
But anyways, as time progressed, as through high school, it was kind of a rocky road per se. It was kind of like a he said, she said kind of thing. Like, I didn't really think that, she liked me. I wasn't sure. It was kind of like I don't know, like we felt very, like we liked each other. It's just we had a hard time expressing it, I guess.
Kind of.
Throughout the years, there's just some rough patches and things that were going on at the time. But anyways, as time progressed, it got a little easier, and finally, one day in our sophomore year, it kind of just happened where she came up and basically told me what she thought, how she felt about me, and that's when it all began. That's where it really began, right there.
Yes.
And my goodness, if I could only describe to you the feeling that it caused, it was just amazing. But the cool thing about it is, we're high school sweethearts, and it was basically love at first sight. So yeah, that's a cool thing. But for those of you that are all feeling well, this is weird and awkward, but trust me, guys, one day you'll be there. For those of you that haven't already gotten there yet. But in your own ways, of course. It's never happens the same way. So.
This is true.
But anyway, what we're doing right here is just building a little house. What do you think about it, Laura? You putting some flowers out front?
I am. I don't know if it looks good or not, if it's too high.
Oh, it works just fine.
If it's too high. But I thought it needed some color.
Well, you're going to be in charge of the gardens. How's that sound? You're going to go ahead and... oh, those aren't top of leaves, you silly. That's why they popped out.
Oh.
But yeah. Anyways. But yeah, it was... The whole relationship thing is a pretty... it's a pretty tense situation. Especially getting right into it. It's difficult. It's difficult to explain, first of all. And then it's difficult to actually... do, because you can't get into a relationship and then expect it to go easy. It's gonna be rough.
Mm-hmm.
But if you make the decision that that's the person you want to be with, then that's it right there. It's pretty much, it's all about a decision. Is it the right time for one, and is it the right person for two? But yeah, for right now, we're building a little house thing, and this house thing is going to have a thatch roof, because I think a thatch roof would be pretty cool. Give it a more medieval kind of look to it, I guess. What do you think about that, Laura?
Sounds good.
We'll have to have a canopy bed so that all the flies and critters up in the roof don't fall and disturb our rest. Because actually, that was something in the medieval days. Remember, you read? I think I showed you that article.
Yeah.
Where the reason why people have canopy beds was because in the medieval times, they having a thatched roof, all the critters, like, there would literally be things living in the ceiling of your house, and people had to find a way to basically keep those critters from falling into their beds. And obviously that would not be very pleasant to wake up and find, beetles and spiders and all kinds of critters and such.
Coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. But anywho's, yeah, that's the story behind that kind of thing. Having a canopy bed, but but anyway, you got all kinds of flowers out here, huh? But yeah, how about let's place some bushes too. Let's go ahead and place a bush. Let's place a bush right here.
Okay.
And we're gonna go ahead and make it into birch fence. And then let's go ahead and use oak leaves. And let's go ahead and just place a nice bush there. I was actually watching Bob Ross today. Let's put a happy little bush in here. We don't want this house to be lonely.
Yeah.
Here we go. A happy little bush.
I like it.
Talking about the Bob Ross language.
Yeah.
Happy.
He's always fun to watch.
Oh, I miss Bob Ross. I used to watch him all the time when I was a kid. For those of you that don't know who Bob Ross is, he is a painter. He was a painter. Go ahead.
I said, and they should look up his videos, or at least watch one.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know who Bob Ross is, definitely go check him out. He died back in, I think it was 1995.
Yeah.
But he was a educational painter, and he was very unique. People would, basically, he's very well known for. What are you doing, Lark? Come on, just play some pots and put in some flowers.
I'm listening.
But anyway, yeah, he was a great guy, and when I was a kid, I would always watch his, like every Sunday afternoon, like his show would be on, and I would always watch it. But of course, by the time I was watching it, he's already passed away. But still, it was awesome. I just love his shows.
Well loved and well known for sure.
Yes, his legacy is definitely carried on into the future. But yeah, tell us, guys, what do you think about this? Do you guys like this? One way or the other, I'm going to have Laura. I'm going to definitely try to get Laura more into my channel. But still, I want to know what you guys think about it, and basically give me ideas on what you would like to see us do. Like, starting out, obviously, we're not going to be able to build anything fancy. That's not in the vocabulary yet. But as time progresses, it might become something a little more productive and awesome and all that good stuff. But for right now, we're just going to stick with building a little house. And, yeah.
Because I'm still really getting a feel for to even put a block.
Yes.
Place a block in Minecraft.
Well, you'll definitely get a hang of it, I think. It will just take some time and some effort, I think, and then you'll get a hang of it. So there we go. We got a very basic house right here for right now. Let's start working on the interior, because this is going to be the interior in here. So what we need to do is first place a bed. So the one thing I haven't shown Laura how to place anything for interiors. Like, she doesn't know anything about all the interior blocks or all the different blocks that there are to place. So it's I don't know how we're going to do this together, at least. If only I can get through all these paintings. Goodness gracious, I hate paintings. Paintings and biomes. Cannot stand them. You drive me nuts.
It looks funny from...
Okay, I don't care anymore. Just forget it. It's weird, it's not changing the block behind it. It always does that. Maybe Raven just implemented that plugin. I hope so. I hope that's what the reason was. But, yeah, so here we go. We got ourselves a nice little bed now. Now we need a chimney. Where do you want the chimney? Where do you want the fireplace to be, Lara?
Right here.
Right on...
Between these two windows.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I can do that. All right, so we want I-62, and how about right there?
Yes.
And then I'm going to go ahead and change that to that. And then, what?
I still have a fern in my hand.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and build up the chimney into the roof here. We're just gonna have a metal chimney. Because why not?
Chimney, chimney, chiroo.
What's that from?
Mary Poppins.
Oh yes, Lara is definitely a Disney fan. I had watched a good bit of Disney in my younger years as well, but yeah, Disney is definitely one of those classics that
Timeless.
you know, especially yeah. I mean, I don't think any of you are like all of you know Aladdin. What other? Cinderella.
Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Pocahontas.
I was more partial to Aladdin. I loved Aladdin. Aladdin was a great show.
Movie.
Great movie. It was a great trilogy. It was, what, 3 movies?
I forget. I think at least the second. Yeah, I think there was 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a really good. And we're going to go ahead and have a table here. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and place some chairs. 1, 2. And then these are going to be on nice chairs. And we're going to enjoy some food right here. Just like that. Oh, there's no food on it. But anyway. Oh, well. So, yeah. What else do we need in the house, Lara? We need some firewood, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Firewood.
All right, I'm going to place the firewood right out here. What else?
Kitchen? Dessert room?
Oh, yes. We definitely need a kitchen. That's definitely a must-have. Otherwise, Dukon will become very hungry and grumpy.
Yeah.
We don't want that, do we?
No.
There we go. And go ahead and place that up there. And then we'll go ahead and do this here. But yeah, let's think of something else. So how we met, we've covered that. Our first date. Our first date. That's a good one. Guess where our first date was?
I bet you'll never guess.
Well, our first date was a China buffet, or was the China buffet. In our town, we have a China buffet, and it was right next to my dad's store, my dad's furniture store, and it was just convenient at the time, and so that's what we did. And it was just very interesting how that turned out, and I mean, I don't regret it at all.
Basically, my mom dropped me off, waited out in the parking lot, because we probably were only in there probably not even an hour, and then she picked me up, and then that was it. She picked me up after that.
Yeah, I remember those days. I don't miss those days at all. But yeah, we are where we are today, and that's what 8 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a great few years. Why don't you go ahead and place some carpets down, Lara? It's in the decoration blocks menu.
Okay.
And go ahead and place some carpets down, and we're going to go ahead and finish this house up really quick.
Okay.
Or as quick as possible. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and place...
What color carpet do you think would be good?
It's your house. We all know the woman rules the house, so this is not a place where I can interfere.
But you definitely have a say.
How?
Let's see what the red looks like.
Okay. You like it? Okay, so that looks pretty good, I guess, and...
I don't know if I want to put carpet in the whole...
We don't need to the whole place, just some of it. I think it would just be nice to have some carpet. I'm going to go ahead and place some...
Wait, not a fern.
Some of that, some clothes up there, and...
Too much red.
Over here? Well, how about we place some light gray carpet? What do you think about this? If you get out of the way, I can go ahead and place it.
Let me move.
There we go.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think about that?
Yes, it looks more natural.
Okay.
And more
So how about a rocking chair? I mean, we can't really make a rocking chair, so I guess we'll just make a chair. Let's just go ahead and put a chair right there, and then that'll be our...
Let's warm my feet up.
Yes. Lara's feet get so cold. My goodness. You guys, oh my goodness. Like...
Sometimes they're even too cold for me.
They shock you. Like, it's literally if you if they touch your back or... Oh, I can't describe the agony that I sometimes go through when those icicles, tendrils of ice, touch my back. But
I'm his ice pack and he's my heater.
we keep each other in line. That's the best way to...
Temperature balance.
Yes. All right, well, there we go. I think that looks like a pretty well done house, or a pretty good first house.
Well done.
But anyway, come on out, Lara, and take a look on the outside. I'm going to go ahead and just place some final details down, just place some buttons up here. I don't know why, but whenever I put these bits up here, I always try to... Now, where is the block? There it is. I always try to put buttons on it because everyone knows buttons add a lot of detail, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Bam, 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 and whoops, and bam. So there we go. We got ourselves a nice little tiny house for your viewing pleasure.
It's nice and cozy.
Yes, it is nice and cozy. Oh, I love your skin. I spent a good 5 minutes on it.
I'm still carrying the red carpet around.
And you're still carrying the red carpet.
And I'm trying to find where you went.
I'm right in front of you.
Oh. Okay, there you are.
My goodness, you're looking right at me.
Okay.
But anyways, yes, this is our house, and tell me what you guys think about this this video. Tell me what you guys would like to see, things that you would like to see and possibly improve on, and what you would like to see us do in the future. So give us some suggestions and some ideas, and really looking forward to doing this again. And I hope Lara is. Are you looking forward to doing the next one?
Uh-huh.
Yes. She's looking forward to it. But anyways, let's go ahead and end this video. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Till then.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.